Next Level Taken here. We'll talk about the PlayStation Classic, and there's some new details. There's some issues with the 60 hertz versus 50 hertz PAL games being included on this. That's right, PAL games. The European versions of some of these games. I'm gonna get into that here in a minute. And I guess we could beat a dead horse and say, why in the heck are Crash Bandicoot games not on here? I mean, it's owned by someone else right now, Activision, so I guess we can give them a pass for that. But there are other games like Ape Escape that are not on here. Obviously, they need the analog sticks. It's a whole nother issue, though. Why are the analog sticks, the better controllers, not included? How cheap are you, Sony? What's going on here? I don't know. The 20 games that are included, the one game that really sticks out like a sore thumb to me is Rainbow Six. I don't know why Rainbow Six was included on this. It did not age well, and this is like the worst version of Rainbow Six. I'm not sure who this was put on here for, but I couldn't tell you. All right, but let's get into some of the details, some of the meat of the potatoes here. All right, system weighs 6 ounces. The controllers themselves weigh almost 5 ounces. So the controllers, each controller weighs almost as much as the console itself. You're going to be able to output in 720p or 480p, and that's good, I guess. But we should have had some kind of shading rendering options so that we could at least smooth out the jaggies and things of that nature, but we don't have that. There's going to be a USB cable included, so if you have a TV or a source that you can plug USB into, then you're going to be able to power your system no problem. If you do not have that, you're going to have to buy a separate charger, which kind of sucks. You're not going to be able to use your phone charger from the looks of it. Or at least most people won't be able to use their phone charger. All right, it's going to have 15 virtual memory card slots. Each game will have 15 virtual memory card slots for you to save your game files. I'm sure this thing's going to be hacked at some point, which I guess that'll maybe make it worth it. But at $100, this ain't cheap. All right, for games that require you to swap discs, you're going to be able to press open on the console. So, for like Final Fantasy VII has 3 discs, Metal Gear Solid had 2 discs. You're going to be able to press when it comes up. The option says, "Hey, switch to disc 2, what have you." You're going to just press the open button on the console. It's not really going to open up or anything, but it will virtually switch you to the next disc. All right, it's going to come with a 6.5 foot HDMI cable, and it's going to come with a just shy a 5 foot controller times two of those. So you're gonna get two controllers. They're non-analog, of course. So Metal Gear Solid. I don't know if I've ever played Metal Gear Solid without analog. So that's gonna be interesting for those people that want to do that. And of course, we can beat a dead horse about the games. Why is such and such not included? But I have a video there where I detail all the games I wish were included, which tons and tons of games that were not here. They should have also gone with more than 20, but that's a whole other story for another day. Which games are preloaded on the PlayStation Classic? You're getting Battle Arena Toshinden, fighting game Cool Borders 2, which has not aged well, which I didn't really care for when it first came out. You're getting Destruction Derby, which is a sort of a racing game. You're getting Final Fantasy VII, one of the world's renowned RPGs, but I'm sure everybody's played it at this point. It's also available on PS4. You're getting Grand Theft Auto, the first GTA, which also hasn't aged well, but maybe some people prefer the 2D top-down GTAs to the Grand Theft Auto of today. But really, Grand Theft Auto 3 is what put it on the map. Intelligent Cube, which is a puzzle game, which is kind of rare and hard to find these days. It's kind of pricey on eBay, so that might make it worth it for some people. Getting Jumping Flash, which is a classic. Metal Gear Solid, another classic, but no analog's gonna hurt it. No rumble's gonna hurt it. Mr. Driller, which is a puzzle game. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, which is sort of an action puzzler. Rayman, which is a great 2D platformer. I'm not really sure how the original Rayman has aged, but I still have fun in Rayman games. Resident Evil Director's Cut, which hopefully maybe it's the real Director's Cut this time with the added scenes, or maybe not. Probably not. You're also getting, and the thing of it, you're not gonna be able to have DualShock Rumble or any of that. That takes some of the immersion out. You're getting Revelations Persona, R4 Ridge Racer Type 4, which is racing, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, another puzzle game, Siphon Filters action game, Tekken 3, one of the premier fighting games. You're also getting Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms. Now, there's certain games that are going to have the PAL versions. That's Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Odd World, Resident Evil the Director's Cut, Rainbow Six. I mean, that's kind of interesting that these games are going to be the PAL versions because there's a whole 50 hertz to 60 hertz. And in America, that means we're going to be losing some frames. So it's going to be interesting how they handle this. Are they going to speed up the gameplay, which that could kind of maybe break certain games? Um, Typically, when they sped up the gameplay, that also speeds up the video. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure why they couldn't spring for the North American copies of those titles, but leave it up to Sony. All right, now if you're wondering, before I leave you, if you're wondering which games will support two-player multiplayer, no, System Link is not supported in this. Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Intelligent Cube, Mr. Driller, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, and Twisted Metal are the games that will support multiplayer. So it's local couch co-op for two people. All right. So what do you guys think about the PlayStation Classic? I know a lot of people cancel their pre-orders. Um, I never pre-ordered it to begin with. I wasn't really ecstatic about this from the get-go, and then I became more and more less enthusiastic about this the more details that came out. But nostalgia is a heck of a thing, and maybe I'll pick it up at some point when it's on clearance. But I have purchased an NES Classic and an SNES Classic, so it's interesting that I'm not purchasing this. But then again, I didn't grow up with the PS1, so some people did, and I could see them having fonder memories of that than a Super Nintendo. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's been Next Level Taken. Thank you for watching. Until next time.